Hi. Well, hello, everyone. Today, we are doing something really, really awesome. We're going to have Kay Moon here. I believe Kay's already there. She is a Western astrologer and twin flame channel. She has a YouTube channel that you can see. There'll be links posted below. Her work focuses on helping twins and light workers stay centered, on a path. And she really finds a really cool, unique way to make sure the stars kind of have their speak to it too. She is joining us. I believe you're there somewhere. I can't really tell if you're there yet or not.
Yeah, I'm here.
Oh, she's there. Okay. She's joining us for like a live energy update for twins and divine connections for the end of 2022. Not that 2022 didn't feel like it just began.
Right.
Hi, Kay.
Hi, Kay.
Hey, beautiful people. It's my pleasure and honor to be here with you two today. You guys have been so fundamental and instrumental in helping me walk the path of love in this lifetime. And so anytime I get the chance to hang out with y'all live or privately is always an honor. Thank you for having me here.
No, the honor's ours.
Yeah.
I even want my special t-shirt for you. See the little alien? What?
I love it. It reminds me, hey, you know what? We're all visitors here, so we need to be respectful.
True.
This is true.
So, what do we got going on for the end of the year?
Oh, good stuff. Okay, so let me just share a little bit. Thanks for having me here. I want to go back to, for those of you who are new to me, you've not heard of me before. I work with the astrological charts. Astrology is simply the movement of this, tracking what the meaning of the movement of the stars mean. If you're one of those people that believes that we're all one, we're all connected, that the same creator that created the dust in the universe created us, and that we're connected to everything, you'll understand that what's happening out there is also happening in here. What's impacted out there also impacts us in here. And so vibrationally, because we're all a part of the same kind of energetic sphere, the movement of the stars and interpreting that movement, the heavenly bodies can help us understand what's happening for us. So you can find me over at K Moon Astro, or K Moon. That's my YouTube channel where I do this all the time. This is a chart wheel of the last full moon that we had. If you were outside around November 8th, about 10 days ago, you would have seen the full moon happening in the zodiac sign of Taurus. There's our full moon energy right here. And many people have noticed that this has been a season of phenomenal transformation, growth, and change, bright lights, hard truths, and an urgency to make something happen in one way or another in one area of life. I'm curious, Lee and Sherry, have you noticed this with your clients or within yourself? There's a sense of, I got to shift, I got to change, and now is the time.
Yeah, we broke some major cycles. And I believe that it was just a very deep impact between both of us and our connection. And yeah, I would say we're seeing it a lot with clients as well. A lot of energy's coming back. The kind of, they disappear and for who knows how many years or how many weeks or how many months, and then they're showing back up, and of course our email gets flooded.
Yeah.
So yeah, I would say this is definitely a shift.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, there's good reason for that, right? So what we had going on here, and this energy really started last year. We have a square between two major planetary energies that facilitate divine change for all of us. We've got Uranus, which is the hand of the divine change, the divine spark. You could call it like the God spark within us. And then we've got Saturn here, which is the A lot of astrologers will talk about him as the disciplinarian, but when you dig into the mythology, he's actually the integrity maker. He's the one that creates and facilitates our capacity to be whole. No part left out, no part repressed, no part cut off. So when these two come into conversation, and they do it very rarely at a 90-degree angle, but they've retrograded back and forth, and they've been hitting each other at these 90-degree angles 6 different times and an exact energy. And when you get that 90-degree angle, you get a demand for transformation, a demand for growth, a demand for change in one area of life. We just hit the 6th time out of 6. The first time began last year in the early spring. And every time they've touched, there's been some area of life that's been illuminated in our consciousness as a place that necessitates we do a new thing. Uranus represents that quantum leap, the demand for new, the moving into an evolved path. And Saturn says, if it ain't for you, stop touching it, get off of it, leave it alone. And so in the 6 out of 6 times, what we've seen is this pressure cooker energy, this crucible energy, this raising of the boiling temperature in the water. And so because of that, all of us have been in this place of being compelled to do something different. There's also another energy creating the compulsion for something different. We've got Pluto here. Pluto represents our power. It represents where we have power in this lifetime. And it also represents our fears and our connection to our shadow, the things we'd rather hide, the things we wish other people wouldn't see. But Pluto has been broiling up to making a dramatic shift that'll happen next year. It'll move from the sign of tradition, structure, the old guard, the way we've always done things, and into the sign of Aquarius. It's going to move here into Aquarius, and with it, it's going to imbue Aquarius with power and things that we fear about Aquarian energies. Well, what's Aquarius? Aquarius is all about the new, the next. It is the sign that this Uranus rules. It's about moving into the next path, the next evolution, the next change. It's about leaving behind the way we always used to do things in Capricorn and the structure of our old lives and stepping into something different. This happens early next year. Pluto's been in Capricorn since 2008. It's going to constitute some major transformations. If you guys remember the economic crash of 2008, the housing collapse.
Yes.
Yeah.
That happened within 60 days of Pluto moving into Capricorn. So Pluto moving into Aquarius is going to be a big deal. But it's also putting all of us on notice as we move into 2023. You cannot continue to do what you've always done. It is indeed time to move into something new and something different. The next demand for new that we have showing up is this Jupiter. Jupiter represents expansion, growth, opportunities. Anything Jupiter touches gets bigger, gets larger than life. Jupiter moves 1 sign per year. And this coming year in January, he's jumping into Aries. Aries is the first sign of the zodiac. So it's completing a 12-year cycle we've just been through and moving into a new 12-year cycle. So there's all of this energy that's saying, do a new thing, make new things happen, make new choices. Now, I want to speak to that return energy that you just mentioned, because we have something really major going on for twins right now that is rare. We have Jupiter popping out into Aries, but in the mythology, Jupiter represents the divine masculine energy. He was the premier god, ruler of Mount Olympus, had oversight over all the other god energies. Juno here was his wife. Juno is also going to pop out into Aries, and they're going to stand together in the sky for the first time since 2015. Yeah. And so when we have these two energies coming together, what we have is this magnetic pull in divine connections that we can feel for 1 year on either side. So 2022 was an energy where there was a lot of pull in these connections. There was a lot of like, I need to figure this out, and an urgency around, let me figure out whatever's blocking me from love. So you too may have seen a lot of people come to you in the past year going, I've got to figure my twin thing out. Can you please help me? Yeah.
Yep. Yeah.
Energetically, this is the pull, this is the push. The energy peaks in January when these two come together in the sign of Aries. Aries is the sign of the self. And this is why your work has been so instrumental for people this year, because this year, 2022, and moving into 2023, what we're being asked of ourselves as the divine counterparts come together in this union energy is to come together in union with ourselves, to make love to ourselves, to come home to ourselves, to remove any of those blocks that we have to love within ourselves. Now, the ruler of Aries, and this is the wind up. This is why this moment is so key. This 2022 moment, before all of that happens. Right now, the ruler of Aries is Mars. Mars is going backwards in the sign of, you got it, you guessed it, the twins. With Mars retrograding in the sign of the twins, Mars represents ambition, action, forward momentum, and drive. But instead of driving forward, Mars is moving backwards. And here we have that return energy that you spoke about earlier. Things coming back, coming full circle. It could either be thoughts, beliefs, thoughts and beliefs. That's what Gemini represents. It also represents communication. So people could be getting communication out of nowhere. And that Mars energy represents actions. So people could be seeing actions that are representative of the new from someone from their past, because we have all this demand for new energy, but Mars is moving backwards. So it's bringing that from the past. Are you two seeing that in your practice as well?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So,
incredible.
so we know you're launching a class, so people can learn astrology with you. Can anyone learn? Is it like for beginners, or is it for more advanced students?
Absolutely. Absolutely. There is, excuse me, I need to cough for 1 second.
That's okay. Hopefully she's okay.
She's fine.
Sorry, I'm just getting over COVID.
Really?
Yeah, I had COVID for time number 5. And so
Wow.
I need to, the new thing demanded of me is some new health stuff. So I'm working on that.
Mm. Okay.
But yeah, there's a coughing thing that I have to do. I'm in the midst of launching a program called Star School. And Star School is your opportunity to learn how to interpret all of these things for yourself. In Star School, you're going to have the opportunity to unlock the patterns of your life for success in love and relationships. If you're kind of constantly confounded about the path of love or your needs or somebody else's needs and their behavior, Star School can help you unlock and make sense of that, so you can stop pathologizing the way they communicate or the way you behave and really get greater access to some of that love energy and that connection to self energy. You'll be able to unlock the best career path for you and times for love or for money, and really know why you do what you do and why other people do what they do, so that it can be easier to stay connected when you're triggered. There's 4 ways to work with me in Star School. If you're curious about it, links are going to be below this video. Thank you guys for being willing to share this with your audience. There's 4 ways to work with me. There's a way to do Star School 101, 201, and 301 astrology basics. And this is perfect. Even if you know a little astrology, the way I teach it is going to feel a little bit different than other people. I've got astrology for twin flames, which is an advanced course. So if you know nothing, but you want to learn more about twin flames, take basics and take the twin flame course. And then I've also got the North Node Mastery course. That North Node Mastery course is also an advanced class, but it'll help you understand the movement of seasons and connection and in your life and what your lesson is to learn here in this lifetime. Each class is about 150 USD. Astro Basics is 144. Astrology for Twin Flames 144. North Node Mastery 177 because it's a 5-week class. The other 2 are 4 weeks. When you put it all together, it comes out to be about 465. But I've put these together in really easy to buy packages. At this one, if you want all of them, I've taken about $100 off. It's $369. But let's just say you're on a budget, and I know a lot of people are right now. There's a lot of panic in the economy going on as we move that Pluto energy. Remember that economic crash in 2008?
Uh-huh.
Pluto moves into Aquarius. We're going to see some changes in finances next year as well. And a lot of people are already feeling the broiling up of that energy. If you want to know about your twin, if you want to know about yourself, if you want to understand some of the basics of just how to connect and communicate better, I recommend that you just take astrology, Astro Basics. Take 101 for 144. That is the easiest way to understand all of this stuff, because what I have in 101 is a workbook that you can fill out for either yourself or your person. If all you know is their birth date and their location, you don't even have to know their birth time. Just know where they were born, know their birthday. You can fill this workbook out and you will have so many aha moments specifically about who they are, why they are the way they are, how they want to be loved, how to connect and communicate with them. And that'll be an unlocking of some patterns that may have been stuck between you and your person for years. Just having the awareness of how they love and how you love can ease some of the patterns of strife and allow you to be present with the way they're showing up. And that's 144. It's the easiest way to get started. The link to do so will be below the video. But if you're like, no, I want more, I want it all, then you can upgrade to the Twin Flame package or the Star School Union package. It's got basics and it's got the Twin Flame astrology. That's discounted to $250 for you. And if you're like, I just need to take a break from twin stuff and focus on me, you can take Astro Basics and the North Node Mastery course. That's been discounted to $280 for you. Links below this video. Star School starts on Monday, November 21st, and I would love to have you there if you're called to it. Especially if you're feeling like there's this pressure to change, but it feels like everything all at once, you're not sure which area of life to change. We can unravel which area is being demanded of change for you in Star School based on your blueprint for your personal life and really work with the energy instead of swimming upstream. Okay.
Now we heard that you have a giveaway going on for Star School.
Yes.
What do you need to do?
Glad you asked. Oh, good. That is my absolute favorite part. Okay, and this is why I'm actually here hanging out with you guys. You two have been so fundamental, like I said, and instrumental in helping me move along on my path to love and loving myself and being present with me and really getting into appreciating K Moon and what K Moon brings to the table. just below this video, there's going to be a link to win a scholarship to working in Star School with me, just for subscribers of this channel. When you click that link, you're going to be taken to a form that looks like this. It just requires you to put your full name and your email so I can contact you when you win. Put in that you heard about me from Lee and Sherry's Relationship Reinvented channel, okay? I want to know what you have learned from Lee and Sherry. Put your answer in here. You're a subscriber, you're listening, you're paying attention. Put in what they have taught you. And then if you win, what you would do with what you've learned from astrology. All answers are all good. People have won who are like, I just want to understand myself. Some people have entered, I've got 5 kids and I'm trying to be a leader in love for them. Other people have put in that they're really wanting to do something in the world of a leadership for themselves. They're trying to figure out their path. Whatever you put, all good. Takes 5 minutes. I'm going to pick several winners, and 24 hours after this broadcast has been posted, I'm going to announce those winners over email and to my YouTube channel. So what you need to do is subscribe to K Moon over on YouTube so you can see if you've won. All right. And that's how you get in. Winners, if you don't win, all good. You can still just sign up. Like I said, I think the best thing for most people is just going to be Star School 101. That's all you do. That's going to be the easiest way to participate and learn and get breakthroughs both in connection and breakthroughs for yourself. Thanks for having me here, you guys.
Oh, absolutely.
I have a question. I see you post astrology updates for twin flames. Is it only for twin flames, or what about soulmates, or what if someone doesn't know what kind of connection they're in? Will it still resonate if they're not really sure?
Yeah, that is a perfect question. So this is how I look at it, and I wonder if you guys see it the same. The truth is, regardless of what the label is, when you've got whatever you think it is, it's a divine connection, and you've had the experience of being completely activated by love. And when love has become your teacher, it doesn't really matter what the label is, because at that point, you're in the midst of having a conversation about what is love and what is my next step in love. And you're in the path of surrender to the heart and getting out of the head. When you're in that path of surrender to the heart and getting out of the head, the planets that I use for reading your chart and your connection are going to apply to you. They're going to show you that higher level path of love. And so that astrology course, if you decide to do the union package, you get both Astro Basics and you get astrology for twin flames. So you get a little bit more than just understanding your person, which you get in Astro Basics. We go into seasons of the connection in 201. So you can see when there's lessons on the table for you or your person that would make separation easier to understand, digest, relax into, take the lesson in, stay connected, but honor the fact that they have priorities elsewhere in their life. You get all of that with Star School 201 in the union package, but it doesn't matter if you consider it a twin, a false twin, a karmic, a soulmate, an ascension partner, turtle, like call it what you want.
Right.
It doesn't matter.
The person you're with.
Exactly. Call it what you want. It's going to make sense for you.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Gosh, that's so cool. I don't know a whole lot about astrology because I let you do that for me. And and I listen to your stuff and I resonate so much. And you've just taught me so much just by listening to your channel, and you're explaining things so clearly and differently. right? It just seems so clear and not confusing when it comes to all the charts and things. I'm able to follow that, and I appreciate you so much.
Thank you. I'm so honored to be here, and there is a mutual appreciation party going on here. Thanks for having me. Thank you for being my teachers. When I really started to understand that I had a twin flame connection going on in my life, you two were the first people I listened to, the first people I found, and thank God, because there's so
Oh,
Well, we fall somewhere in there when you really deeply want to heal in connection, you somehow stumble onto us. That's how we look at it.
yeah,
So,
I love it. Love it. And I love you, and I'm so excited about your star school. And I know that everybody else is out there too, if they saw this, because it's pretty freaking amazing. So all of the links and everything will be under this video for her star school, and how to get a hold of her, how to reach out to her in multiple ways so you can see what she does. Follow her, subscribe to her YouTube channel. You will not be disappointed. It's a pretty cool little ride that she takes us on.
amazing. I'm so blessed to have you guys in my life. Thank you for allowing me to be here with you.
Thank you
Thank
so
you.
much for being here. Yeah, we're honored. And we will see. It'd be interesting to see who wins this contest, right?
Yes.
And
Will you be announcing that, or
probably wouldn't announce it. I don't
Wow.
think.
Okay.
I'll announce it over on my channel. So make sure you
That's-
subscribe,
okay.
because that's the way, if you win, you'll be able to see my community section. But if you win, I'm also going to email you directly with the subject line "You won" with a bunch of asterisks and stars in there. So
Oh,
keep
awesome.
an eye on your inbox. Winners are announced 24 hours from this not live, but this recorded broadcast. So just make sure you subscribe and keep an eye on your inbox to know if you've won. Okay.
Cool. That's
So,
awesome. Thank you so much for coming and spending time with us and letting us know all about this. We're excited for it.
Yep.
Incredible. It's great to be here with you guys. All right. Take great care,
All right.
everyone.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Bye, everyone.
Bye.